It is my pleasure always. I'm sitting here with my cup of coffee and my Steve Wilco, which I'm going to put on pause because Steve look like Mr. Clean right now, and he ain't too tight. Now, it is my pleasure always to talk to you, Lance. It is always my pleasure and my delight to know that you will always open your door to me and my comment. Um, America, we sick that now in the midst of acknowledgement that we have over 20 million Latinos from several different South American countries and Mexico. I understand that they're two separate countries and two separate continents, all that dumbness. But now we're focusing on the Haitians, and they are without sin. They are not totally clean just because they reflect our color and our skin. We are Black Americans. As I have always said, we have blood in the ground and blood that hangs from trees. We have fought in foreign lands from decade to decade. And now we're confronted with those who have came into our country. And America has always been a place of welcomeness to each and every ethnic group, each and every culture, each and every nation. We have offered a olive branch, a branch of friendship and freedom. But at this junction, you can't pimp mama. When you begin to pimp mama, then there is no food on the table. Mama has been put in the buck. Mama has been made to play spread eagle for other nations. But mother can only feed so many children. Mother can only educate so many children. Mother can only offer economic wealth to only a few, the first blood, the original man, those who have fought and died for this country, those who understand that to be accepted, and even though the Black American man has served throughout the world to prove his allegiance in his place where he is not wanted, he's still denied as he viewed those who swim backwards, those who sneak in, those who come in by raft, those who do not want to assimilate. They just want. It is nothing wrong with being a Black American and looking at an individual who emulates your shade, who looks like you, who does not speak the King's English. Yeah, that's what it used to be called, the King's English. Now, the Queen has made it possible. The Queen has supported the possibility of becoming one of the children. She is not mother. She is not Lady Liberty in any shade, whatever shade she takes. Me in my opinion, me and my dislike, which go way back. She and I have history together. That is what is portrayed on the street. She and I have history. And the history that she and I share are of two different cultures. She has hijacked my culture to get into the political realm. Once she is there and once she has been there, she has become multicolored in her allegiance, in her ability to provide advancement. But she stands silent on Springfield. We all stand silent on Springfield, except the left dripping of the right nut of Mr. Child. He has opinion about each and every one of us who come into this country. He does not have the ultimate decision as his numbers decrease, as he stands upon the political stage and talk about reproduction. They, in their own wisdom, talk about their self-survival at the same time. They pander to you about aborting your children so their numbers will feel comfortable as they take off their shoes in the ivy towers. Do you understand what I'm saying? As they take off their shoes in the ivy towers. There's nothing wrong with self-survival. But when one does not be concerned about their nation, and they can only be concerned about others who do not want to assimilate, do not be confused, do not, in the midst of your bleeding hearts, be confused about why they come here, who their allegiance is. When you come here, knowing that the native tongue of this country is English, the King's English, which others had died in thousands to be forced to speak the King's English. And you come here and you don't even prepare yourself to speak the King's English, and you want to be part of a society where you, as the individual who say that you climbed the mountain, forged the river, ducked the banditos who were exploited by the coyote, who forged the ocean, ducked the sharks in hopes that you can be as the Cubans and put your feet upon dry land, and then you become a citizen, then you become a person who has gained exile in this free land. You must contribute. You are American first when you abandon your country. Your country becomes second. It's not a debate. It was brought to my attention and it overwhelmed me what Cat Williams said when he was confronted by a heckler down in Texas. Now, Texas don't play the bobo. They might pay the lupe, but they don't play the bobo. And when you feel that the First Amendment right of every legal American is his opinion to speak out, and the immigrant who knows he's here illegally, who support others who are here illegally. And these are strange words for others to hear. My brethren, the blood, would be quite upset because I take the Republican stand on a free nation, on a nation that has a right to exist for those who swung from trees and those who have put blood in the ground, in foreign lands and at home. When you only give $3 billion to veterans, and less than that go to Black veterans who don't even use their benefits for the service that they have gave body and soul. And I mean that legitimate. Body and soul. They gave from Panama to the Pacific, Afghanistan, Germany. You must understand, you have no choice. Mr. Charlie gives you a choice, but the American people demand assimilation. We were forced at the whip to assimilate. We were sexually abused to assimilate. Our families were separated and then made to breed with each other. That was the form of assimilation that they offered us. But when I view you and you get more handouts than those who have suffered for 400 years in this country, and you buy trinkets and baubles and still speak in foreign tongues, which is unacceptable for Mr. Charlie's left dripping of his right nut, and even Thug Love by Pookie, and he speaks Ebonics. It is unacceptable when our children, where some of us have had an opportunity to advance and others are still struggling and trying to find a way to the American dream. The public school system is not yours. You are offered it to join, to grow, to do better, to have better. But you must assimilate. Your national pride is America the minute you cross that border. Not Venezuela, not Haiti, not Mexico, not Honduras. No one gives a damn about those countries other than Mr. Charlie, his left dripping of his right nut, who propagates in Washington, D.C. That's who care about those countries. But once you break the plane, and that's a football term that you must assimilate to without having someone translate what the rules are. No one give a damn about your culture. We give you a month just like they gave us a month. The only thing different is you get the full 30 days and we only get 28. That's why we don't celebrate it anymore. We do 365 because this is our country. Because we have blood that hang from trees and blood in our land and foreign land. That is the price that the black man in America, not the Afro-American, true enough, if Miss Harris goes into office, he will get his opportunity to lay his blood in his country, which he's already shedded. But he has not had an opportunity to shed his blood in foreign land. That is the Afro-American. The black man has already paid the cost to be the boss. Assimilation is not a negative word. Abandoning the old which you claim, which is the biggest claim I've ever heard in my life, that you want no part of. That's why you came here, for better, but you don't want to assimilate. This assimilation is not a negative thing. Apple pie and no longer Chevrolet is part of assimilation. When Tupperware filed bankruptcy, and Red Lobster start selling biscuits again because they have done bankruptcy. That means that they have started over. That is what assimilation is about. You must, when you go to the poll, keep in mind that only a poll pimp will allow his house to burn in the middle of winter. Must I say it again for those who have not assimilated? Only a poor pimp will allow his home to burn in the middle of winter. And last time I checked my gonad, it's cold out there. Unfortunately, the only boogeyman which they speak about is the fear which you have in yourself because you refuse to assimilate. The black man, your Second Amendment right will ensure you that it is no such creature as the boogeyman, the night rider, those who speak about you and clutch the pearl and their purses. It exists. And trust me, Pookie gonna keep it alive. But at this junction, you have someone more dangerous than Pookie, more vicious than Pookie. You will have a whole nother creature to fear. This fear, which you're concerned about, Pookie is not your enemy. He is just a product of a political ideology which was created in 1984 called the Afro-American. The Afro-American created Pookie. The Afro-American is Pookie. The Black American, he at home, he retired. He don't go for the bum food. He does not believe in the Afro-American way. The Afro-American, he has had no true strife. He's had difficulty. He's had hurdle. He's had struggle. He's had disappointment. He's had all these things in the midst of assimilation. You, at this day, at these final hours of the republic, because that's what we live in, a republic, you will have to be concerned about those who will go to the polls that have no right, that data purges and seizures of public information and identities will be used at the poll. As a former military man, as a man who's seen the raisin in the sun evolve, have no problem with you identifying yourself at the poll. Because see, I almost shredded blood in foreign land, and I was a witness to those who hung from trees. So I have nowhere to go if I allow my house to burn in the middle of winter. Now, some say, or they stand silent, or they just confused with their finger up their nose and a thumb in their ass, are cool with individuals who come here yesterday and voting for a piss-colored heifer. Yes, that's what I said. And yes, it is a negative term. Yes, but she has used whatever skin color that she emanates to be whatever she wants to be. And as she plays Mother Goose to the food, that's what I said, Mother Goose to the food. Do not allow her, do not allow Mr. Charlie's left dripping in his final moment as he eat his jello in the White House to convince you that it is the proper thing to be concerned about them and not your land. America got problems, but it's your home. America has been hateful to those who belong here. The Hawaiian, the Eskimo, the American Indian, the Chinese who have lineage in building the railroad and being in concentration camp. Those who belong here, the slave and the son of the slave and his grown daddy, the black man. The Afro-American has took the manja of the white child, the privileged child. And as the white child destroys all that his parents had built, and the Afro-American destroys all the struggles that the black man had fought for, because the Afro-American ain't fought for shit. All he fought for is the right to be privileged, the right to assimilate and to be white-like. That's what I said, white-like. Never will be white. We'll dress white. We'll buy white. We'll be in debt like white. We'll abandon his children in white. We'll sit up there and cry whether a man should have a baby or not, whether a woman should give up motherhood and abort her child. That is the price of assimilation. Good, bad, or ugly, like most families. And I'm not talking about those who snuck in here. I'm not talking about those who forged the oceans to get in here. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about us. The left dripping of the right nut, the Afro-American. I'm talking about us who will have to deal with the fallout. Will have to deal with brother killing brother over those who do not even belong here. Those who came here legally are upset because of the time period and the hell they had to go through just to hide themselves, then to make themselves legal, and then had to fight and work hard to get green cards so they can feed their family, not in the dark, but in the light. That should be your concern. I truly believe without shame as a black American. And there is a difference between a black American and a Afro American. The Afro American, after 400 years of being brought into the process, as we have evolved and walked upright, this is what upright look like. This is what it looks like. This is what it cares about. He cares about his children. He cares whether or not his economic wealth that goes to his children is being spread upon those who are not, let's say, in a polite way, unworthy of receiving these benefits. that each and every election and each and every economic downturn, that when the cut comes, it comes in our pocket and benefits for our children and our elderly and those who have shedded blood in foreign lands to make this nation, let's say in a polite way, great. Ain't no shame in it. Ain't no shame in being concerned about your house, being concerned about your home. I'm not going to call these people negative terms, which I have the right under the First Amendment. May you agree or disagree with me. It is my right. I got a DD 214 say I can say what the fuck I want. That's the price you pay. That's the price you pay when you serve in the military. That DD 214 says that you have a right to not give a fuck about other people's opinion. That your opinion counts more than the left dripping of Mr. Charlie's right none who don't want to serve and the ignorant Afro-American. The DD 214 said, I don't have to give a damn if you don't like what I say, because I have served for my First Amendment right. I have served for my Fourth Amendment right. I have served the Constitution, which forms the house which you are willing to watch burn in the middle of winter. This house may not be great. This house may have holes in it and the roof leaks and we have termites, and we got a lot of damn termites. And we have a bunch of roaches. And if you screw around and you get caught in a bug, we got a lot of bed bugs too. But my DD 214 allows me to say these things, which gives me the right to give comment about how this house is being burned down. I sat in a foxhole and I didn't let the house burn down. I have forged the middle of winter and I allow others to keep my house in order. But as now and then and 4 years ago, I have an opinion. And others may say that this is a rant of a madman, crazy, not fully aware of what's going on in his country, that I am old and that I should change with the time. These are bad times, that I have a so-called enemy killing me behind the badge, and now you want to allow individuals who do not even want to assimilate to the American culture to wear a badge and carry a gun and kill me. They come from foreign land. They do whatever they handlers tell them to do. They have no allegiance to this country. They have no allegiance to assimilation. They have no allegiance not only to their old country. They bring their nasty habits here and tell you, because Mr. Charlie, right dripping of his right nut, say it's cool to be abusive. It's cool to not give a damn. It's cool to not even make your children speak the King's English and grab loyalty and pledge to this country, not the flag. The flag is a symbol. It's symbolism. It's to distinguish you from others. But your pledge to this country goes deeper than that. And may you be despondent about what the record is of this country and what the record has been to you, yours, and mine. This is still your home. Now, me and my father and my grandfather and whoever got into bed the night before, because we're a mixture of people as Black Americans. So when we say brother, when we say sister, is acknowledging what those in our family and those who have served and those who have struggled. That's our form of respect. But the Afro-American, he is the true illegitimate child of the Black man. He emulates none of his strength. He emulates none of his pride. He does nothing but bring shame to the family because he is so confused that he won't even save himself. He won't even be concerned about the future of his children, that he is most concerned about the pleasing of Mr. Charlie and his right nut. He wants to grow to be Mr. Charlie's left nut. And when Viagra does not work, the American dollar, because that's what Viagra is, the American dollar. He is praying that things will stay the same, but they won't. That if he does not take his pride and his lineage, even though he has and will and continuously will propagate a political ideology and call it a race of people in hopes that he will find himself ultimately in whatever name that he choose by any other name, it is not a road. Hear what I'm saying? By any other name, it is not a road. He will not find himself in titles and political ideology. He will find himself in the fact that he has people who have been hanging from trees and people who have blood in the ground in this home of his and in foreign land. The pride of coming back to being Black Americans, leaving the mark of the beast of Afro-America and saying that it's okay to be Black. It's okay to at least have a like for your own country. Love is something that you work on. Love is something that grows. We have to go back to liking this country. And then the love will exist. The love will come. This is your boy, Mr. Political, always asking you and yours and the love of your children to keep in mind that this is your home. We are dysfunctional relatives. You can see it each and every day in the new Americans that come. Yes, they have a lighter shade than their ancestors. And yes, they look for a brighter future with technology and advancement. But you must remember that we cannot offer them this if we allow our home to burn in the midst of winter. This is a proven fact. This is something that will occur. These individuals in the White House now have no love for you, or they wouldn't have let 20 million in here to replace you. This is your boy, Mr. Political, with his views and his comments, and with the grace of God, his breath, to persuade you in closing to not allow your house to burn in the middle of winter and sit and watch when you have the bucket of water, which is your vote to put out the flame, to help you put out the flame. This is your boy, Mr. Political, and I am out.
LANCESCURV.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.
Show me your soul, baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul, honey, it's way past time. How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Boy, I'm standing right here holding up a sign, shamelessly displaying my state of mind. But you walk right past me, pretending like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight. Ooh, show me your soul, baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul, can't you see it's way past time? How explicit do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul, and honey, I'll show you mine. I've been calling my shots down the middle, but I feel I'm scoring too little. So this time I'm gonna try new play. Come at it from a whole nother angle. Wanna doesn't reverse and hair, so gonna set it all in motion here today. Baby, here I go. Boy, I'm thinking about taking this banner down. If you don't take notice and come around, if you walk right past me one more time like you don't see what's yours for the taking tonight.